Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're doing so wonderful today. So today's video, if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes. Oh, I know it hurts my heart to even just think about it. But if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes, these are the ones that I would keep. I think that you guys would be kind of surprised by some of them, and then others you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Carrie, that's totally you. We get it. But I did write down some notes so that way I can keep myself on track because I can get a little long-winded and start going off on tangents like I'm doing right now. But before I get right into it, my name is Carrie. I love makeup. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you like my content. Easy, fun makeup. And for those of you already subscribed, oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are wonderful. All right, you guys, so just FYI, these are in no particular order. I'm not going from 1 to 10 or ranking them. These are just 10 palettes, and if I could only keep 10, oh, again, hurts my heart. If I could only keep 10, these would be the 10 that I would keep. All right, so the first one, Colourpop Going Coconuts. You guys, it's a great palette. It is a palette that I feel should be in everybody's collection because it is a true neutral palette. It doesn't lean too orange. It doesn't lean too red. It is perfect, perfect. It is a perfect neutral palette and it's typical Colourpop quality. It's good, solid quality. The mattes blend out really, really beautiful, and these shimmers in here, they're good. They're really, really good. When I use this palette, I always get really nice, beautiful looks. My eyes always look really, really nice. So this 9-pan palette, 14 bucks, is a great deal. If you can even get it on sale at Ulta, Colourpop, they have sales quite a bit. You could probably get this palette for 30, 40, even sometimes 50% off, depending on what type of sale is running. So, but Colourpop Going Coconuts, it's a staple. One of my top 10. All right. All right. Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metal Palette. Now, you guys, when you look at this palette, and when I think about this palette, I think sultry. I think sexy. You can get dramatic looks without it being overwhelming. You can get high glam looks, but you can also get appropriate daytime looks out of this palette. I do think that it is let me show it to you up close. You've got a really unique kind of color story with these kind of orangey, kind of darker, kind of earthy, but yet I don't know, there's some kind of grunge to it, but it's not, but it's so beautiful. It's hard for me to describe this palette. It does have a nice rosy undertones to this palette, and you're just gonna get very, like I said before, very beautiful, sultry, just sexy looks with this particular palette. And Anastasia Beverly Hills has a great formula. It is one of my favorite formulas as far as high-ends go. They just hit it out of the park every single time, at least for me anyways. They always do a really great job with the mattes, and then with these shimmers in here, oh, just absolutely beautiful. So again, you can get high glam, you can get soft glam with this, you can get daytime appropriate, but you can also get really nighttime approved looks. So this is a really good formula, really good palette to have. If you can get it on sale, I highly recommend it. And that's kind of my thing, you guys. I usually buy things on sale or wait for sales. That's why I'm usually always late to the game for a lot of you know, palettes and stuff like that, or makeup products in general. But all right, so next, moving on, Natasha Denona Mini Gold Palette. You guys, I love this palette. I mean, I absolutely love these 5 shades in this palette. Is just, it doesn't look like much, but I tell you what, this particular palette right here packs a punch. With quality is impeccable. And these shimmers in here, oh gosh, just absolutely beautiful. I do love and appreciate a company like Natasha Denona that will make a mini version of their large palette. And that's what this is. This is the mini version of the larger gold palette. 5 shades, what you see is what you get. There's not a lot of thought that's going to go into the type of makeup look that you're going to achieve. Sometimes when you have a bigger palette, you know, there's pros and cons. You do get more variety. You do get more product, yes. But sometimes it can take a little while to figure out, well, what do I want to do? How do I want this look to go? What shades go well with what shades? you don't have to think a lot when it comes to this. But again, you guys, top-notch quality, just absolutely beautiful. Let me swatch some of these. So buttery. Oh my gosh, so buttery, so beautiful. Looks absolutely killer on the eyes. Like I can't say enough good stuff about this palette. If I could have only top 5, oh God, please. I don't even want to think about a top 5. This would probably be in it. This though is quality. When you want to think about quality, this is where it's at. Green really makes the brown eyes pop, but if you like just greens in general, no matter what your eye color is, man, you guys, absolutely, you got to have this in your collection. Like, it's a no-brainer. All right, so let me clean up, because God forbid if I, touch my face like I did before and I get, makeup in my nose or on my chin or on my cheeks or something. Next. All right, Ace Beaute Aura palette, you guys. Oh my gosh. This palette, when I look at this palette, it just makes me so happy. You guys know, if you've been watching me a long time, you know how much I love purples and I love greens, and this palette gives me both. So it's this is part of their Cosmic collection. It's limited edition. I just looked at it yesterday. It's $15 right now on Ace Beaute's website. And I want to say that it's normally was almost $40. I want to say it was like 36 or 37, maybe even $38. I did purchase mine, of course, on a sale. So I'm going to link everything below. So if this is something that you have had your eye on, or if it's something that is catching your eye, you guys, I would go get it, because like I said, limited edition. But part of their Cosmic collection, I guess their heart or their vision behind doing a palette like this was starry glow, have celestial hues. And I do think that they captured that vision very, very well, because when I put this palette on my eyes, I am mesmerized. Like, I can't, it's like, how like you look at yourself in the mirror, you take a picture of your makeup. I am just in awe of just how absolutely beautiful. Let me show it to you up close. Just how absolutely beautiful these shades, especially these shimmers in here, show up on the eye. And I mean, if you have brown eyes, a palette like this is going to make your eyes just pop. And I mean, it is just out of this world, no pun intended, because, it's a Cosmic collection. But anyways, it is just going to make your eyes just look absolutely beautiful. Visually, I'm so stimulated, but in like the best way, where it's not overwhelming, where it's just, you're like, God, that is so, so beautiful. Anyways, all right, I gotta move on, you guys. I gotta move on. But you guys, limited edition, 15 bucks, I saw it. Hopefully it's still there. All right, no surprise. You guys, no surprise. Morphe, No Silent Nights. I mean, come on. This palette, drugstore palette, I think this is one of Morphe's best quality palettes. Limited edition, I don't even think that you can get it anymore. I want to say this came out for 2022 holiday collection, Morphe's 2022 holiday collection, and I used the heck out of this palette, you guys. It is good. You have these beautiful, like, orangey, like springtime looks you could do over here, and then you start to get kind of more cooler. So you've got your summer times with these pinks in here, and then you get cooler and you can do your fall and like winter looks here with these like darker shades. And the quality, you guys, it is impeccable. The mattes blend beautifully. The shimmers are stunning and beautiful. You cannot go wrong with this palette. And I'm sorry that I've hyped it up so much that if you can't find it, I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you that it was a terrible palette, but when Morphe or any company does like a holiday collection, it's always kind of understood that it might be, most likely would be limited edition. So I always jump on it, especially with Morphe, because they do a good job. Last year's palette for 2023, the Tease the Season, man, you guys, so good. But this particular one, No Silent Nights, trumps, I feel like, the Tease the Season. And I know many of you have this palette, and you would agree. So you guys, comment below. Tell me what your favorite palette is. Put it in the comments. Maybe you have some of these palettes, or perhaps you have one that I might have in my collection, and I was just like, oh, I wanted to put it in there so bad. You guys have no idea the list that I had, and I had to Scratch some off, scratch some off, scratch some off. It was hard. It was really hard. All right, moving on, moving on, moving on. Colourpop Stone Cold Fox, you guys. This is a cool toned dream palette. This is a cool toned dream. Now, I know that this palette, it looks like there's a lot of repeat shades or shades that are very similar, and it is. However, the quality of this, do I have makeup on my face? Okay, no, I don't. I wanted to make sure I wasn't touching this and then touching my face. The quality of this palette, it's Colourpop quality, which is always solid. Colourpop, for the majority of the time, they've got great quality. This palette is no exception. Any single shade that you use in here, any matte, it doesn't matter. You could go pinks, you could go kind of with the browns over here, you can go with these darker ones. It don't matter. It does not matter what you start with, how you do your look, it is gonna look impeccable. I always have amazing looking eyes when I use this palette. I am a warmer undertone. I lean warm. Cool tones though, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, warm toned people, to use a cool tone palette on your eyes. I think you might surprise yourself at how beautiful your eye looks can come out. And every look that I've done has been great. I mean, you can get light looks, real light. You can get dark looks. You can make, I mean, look at these darker shades down here, especially this one right here. You can get some really good, intense kind of smoky eyes with these, or you can keep it daytime appropriate. You've got so much option. These mattes, all of these mattes from here all the way over here just complement each other very, very well. And again, the quality, it's awesome. So this is definitely a palette that I would not be able to live without. Okay, you guys. All right, you guys. Pat McGrath Labs, Utopian Dream, Mothership number 9, absolutely, hey, stay up, absolutely insane. This is the eye look that I have. I use this palette, come in a little closer, give you guys a little taste of what it looks like. I also use this shade right here for my blush. Let me show you this palette. So Mothership number 9, Utopian Dream, and I just absolutely love the color story of these of this particular eyeshadow palette. These 3 shades right here, her Blitz Astral shades. Now I'm not sure. I'm thinking that this might possibly have been the last palette where she actually had that Blitz Astral special formula. I think, don't quote me on it, I can't remember if this was the last one, but I think it was. I don't think she does that Blitz Astral special formula anymore. Now she does do High Shine, very sparkly, but there is something so special and so unique, you guys, about that particular formula. I'm not sure why she doesn't do it anymore. You know, you guys, I don't know. There's a lot I could say about Pat McGrath Labs, but I won't, because I'm keeping this you know, video short. But these shades though, just stunning on the eye. I mean, just sparkle in just like the best way. Now, I will say it's a little bit of a drier, more chunkier formula. So you have to, you have to use a glitter glue, you guys. You have to have something that is going to focus. You have to have something that is going to help these shades stick to your eyes. And even then, see how kind of transparent they are? They just offer really beautiful shine though. They have very, very little base color, if any at all, to be honest. They're very transparent, but just absolutely stunning on the eye. As you can see, I mean, it's the color story with the pinks and the purples, you know, and then you've got like this pop of gold here. Oh my God, it's just so, so beautiful. I feel like if you're going to have a Pat McGrath Mothership palette, I think I have 6 or 7 of them. I feel like Utopian Dream is the one because, you know, this shade right here, just is everything. It is just so, so beautiful. But anyways, I could go on and on about how wonderful that palette is, but I won't. I will refrain. All right, so we have a few more. This one might shock you guys. BH Cosmetics Venom Palette. You guys, this is a gray toned smoky palette that is just phenomenal. It is probably one of my favorite smoky palettes. If I want a darker, not a dark, but if I want a gray tone smoky eye, this is the palette I'm gonna use. The shimmers in here, let me show them to you. You've got 3 mattes on top, and then you've got 6 shimmers here. These shimmers, you guys, are incredible. And when I say incredible, they give high-end companies a run for their money. They're just absolutely stunning. Don't look like much in the pan, but I tell you what, you put them on the eyes, oh my gosh, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I don't think they sell this palette anymore, you guys. But if I can find it, I'll link it. But this palette, I think, gives me the best smoky eye versus any above all other palettes that I own. Any kind of dark palette that has real dark smoky tones, this beats it out of the water. Quality of these mattes and the quality of these shimmers, oh my gosh, impeccable. I don't know what to say about this. Does anybody else have this BH Cosmetics Venom Palette? I wish they would bring it back, because I think that whoever made this, they knew what they were doing. I mean, I get the most prettiest, most beautiful, most smoky eye that is just, it's magazine worthy, I feel. Anyways, you guys, all right, I gotta move on. Okay. Do I even have to say why? Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance Palette. All right, you guys, let me, there I still have the brush in the little plastic, you guys. Okay, anyways, but, okay, this palette, before I talk to you about the quality, let me tell you about my personal, my personal connection with this palette. So this palette came out 2016, you guys. Okay, 2016 was all the rage, 2016 makeup. This was the it palette in 2016. Now, I was pregnant with our son, Victor. I was 7 or 8 months pregnant. And when I saw this palette, you guys, when it came out, oh my God, I lost my mind. I said, I have to have it. I didn't care how much I paid for it. I think it was like 50 something bucks. I said, I have to have that palette for my baby shower. But you couldn't get this palette. You could not get this palette anywhere. Sold out ever. Sold out online, sold out in the stores. You could not get your hands on that. So finally, it came back into stock. And I mean, I ordered it right away. No discounts, nothing. Like, I didn't even care. I paid for shipping, I think. But I don't even know that back then, I wasn't even sure if I would get it in time for my baby shower. Well, I did. I got it back in time for my baby shower, like a day before my baby shower. And there was a specific look that I wanted so bad, because everybody was showing it off on YouTube. I could not be without this palette. Like, I had to have it. And thank goodness it did come in, and I was able to achieve that look. I was able to recreate the look. And you guys, I'm sorry, I don't even remember what it was. I would have to like really dig for it. But okay, now let me get back to the quality of the palette. Okay, so let me show you this palette. It is such a uniquely made palette, because you have like these pinks here. But then you have like this, like these reddish tones here, and then these like orange shades here. They just work so well together. I mean, you would look at this palette and you wouldn't think, well, maybe this Venetian red here looks really good with this raw sienna, but they do. Whoever put this palette together, and they knew what they were doing with this palette. The quality, outstanding quality. And these shimmers in here, just absolutely beautiful. You can get, with this palette, you can get springtime looks because you got these oranges. You can get summer looks because you got these pinks in here. You can get daytime looks. You can get nighttime looks. I mean, these reds and these oranges and these pinks, they just work so absolutely beautiful together. And the shimmers, oh my God, just stunning. I mean, this is everybody should have this. Everybody should have this palette in their collection. When you look at it, you think, you know, but when you start playing with this palette, you will understand. And you will get it. It'll click. And you'll say, okay, I understand. I understand the assignment. I get it now. I understand why everybody loved this palette. Okay. So, I mean, you so smooth, so beautiful, just stunning on the eyes. Like I couldn't even, this might be top 5, you guys. Ooh, I don't even want to think about a top 5, but it would be top 5. All right. Okay, guys. Last but not least, Huda Beauty Empowered Palette. You guys, this palette, you guys know I'm a fan of Huda Beauty's 18 pan formula, made in Italy. And for some reason, her mattes, whatever company she's using over there, the mattes for my aging eyes, for my hooded eyes, for the loose skin, her mattes just blend like butter on my eyes. I don't know if everybody can say that, but my goodness, Huda Beauty's formula just absolutely, to me, impeccable. These 2 gold shades right here look very similar in the pan. Let me show it to you up close. Look really similar in the palette, right? And oop, am I blinding you? I'm gonna swatch them for you. These 2 gold shades, you guys, I don't have any gold shades that are like this. These, oh, let's see if I can. Those blended like butter. These 2 gold shades are so gold, but in the very best way. Sometimes you can get gold shades that are very unflattering on the eye. Not these 2. Oh my gosh. These are so flattering, so beautiful on the eye. And although they look similar, they do, I mean, I know you can see a little, like this one's a little bit darker than this one, but even though they're similar, they just give very different effects on the eye. Like if I want gold, this is the palette that I'm gonna come to. If I want to put like a very beautiful gold on the eye. Not only that though, going back to the mattes, you know, you can get super intense dark looks with this palette, which I have done before. I've done a lot of videos on this palette. And you can get really light looks with this palette, but no matter what I do, no matter what I use, and this shade right here, this, I think it's called Limitless, or is that what you're called? No, it's called Bold Moves. I'm sorry. One of the other gold shades. Bold Moves is also a super, super stunning color. I took off my so beautiful. Just absolutely, it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. And I do recommend, you know, if you have this palette, of course, I would recommend still using a glitter glue or wetting, just to prevent any fallout. But those shades were like butter when I swatched them on my arms. And when I felt them with my finger, they're really, really smooth. But every time I've used this particular palette on my eyes, I'm always amazed. I'm always amazed, no matter what kind of look it is. I just always feel so good in my makeup when I wear this palette. I just feel like I look really beautiful. And I mean, you know, maybe it's just because I'm drawn to these particular shades. And it's not that, you know, I'm tooting my own horn. It's the makeup and how it just glides on the eyes and how it just looks on the eyes. You know, that is just testimony, or that's just proof that good quality is good quality, that no matter what shades you're using, it's going to look beautiful on the eyes. I mean, I cannot say enough good stuff about this palette. This one would also be in my top 5. I think I've already just said 3 top 5. Ooh, anyways. All right, you guys, I got to wrap it up. Okay, you guys, that is it. Those are my 10 eyeshadow palettes that if I could only keep 10, These were the ones that I would keep, you guys. So comment below. Tell me, what do you think? Do you agree with my list? What do you think of my list? Also, if there was any palette that I showed you guys today, if you want me to do a tutorial on or an eye look on, comment below. I will respond to you. And if I have not responded to you within 24 hours, that means I did not get the comment. So please re-comment. Sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes YouTube deletes comments. It has happened to me before. So just throwing that out there. But you guys, I appreciate you guys all so much. So if you're going to take the time to comment, I'm going to respond to you. So, but yeah, so you guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.